This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the afternoon of Monday, August 21st, 2023. I'm Alex Brown. Lawrenceburg Mayor Kelly Malone says the city wants to continue racing at the Lawrenceburg Speedway following the recent announcement that the track's promoters plan to retire this fall. Malone said they are already searching for a new promoter.
We understand the importance of the Speedway to our community and also the racing world. People have been coming to Lawrenceburg Speedway for years, and we want to continue that. We're doing our due diligence to try to find the right promoter, and we want to make sure that the Lawrenceburg Speedway doesn't miss a beat.
The city owns the Speedway and leases it to a promoter to oversee operations. The mayor did not give a time frame for when a new promoter is expected to be named. The University of Southern Indiana is rolling out a new method for delivering eats to its campus communities. USI joins other universities such as Purdue and Notre Dame to adopt food robots known as KiwiBots that deliver throughout campus, including to student housing during campus dining hours. Purdue University's College of Science has a new leader in Lucy Flesch. Flesch comes in as the Frederick L. Hovde Dean after serving as the Senior Associate Dean for Faculty Affairs in the College of Science for the past 5 years. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
For 25 years, we've had the honor of telling the story of Indiana business. More than 1,300 shows, 8,000 interviews. We've traveled from Valparaiso to Versailles, Fort Wayne to Fort Branch, and everywhere in between. And we are just getting started. Our team is passionate about Indiana business because your story is worth telling. Join us every week as we travel the state to bring you Indiana's story. Inside Indiana Business, 25 years and counting.
Indiana's lottery sent a near-record $370 million to state coffers in the 2023 fiscal year. IIB's Kate Sharon has more.
The Indiana Lottery Commission closed out the books last week, also sending a $19.7 million incentive payment to IGT Indiana. IGT Indiana is the contract operator of the Hoosier Lottery, handling product development, marketing, sales, and distribution services. The lottery made $1.7 billion in sales for the year, topping last year by 2.6%. Scratch-offs made up the bulk of those sales at $1.3 billion. Draw games and contrasts were just $440 million of total sales. Surplus money returned to the state goes towards retirement and pension funds for police, firefighters, and teachers, as well as to lower the motor vehicle excise tax by as much as 50%. The highest return was $375 million in 2021. Though gaming officials celebrated the year's high revenue and sales, they cautioned that 3 multi-state billion-dollar jackpots, which boosted revenue, weren't stable elements for future budgeting and planning. IGT Indiana said it plans to focus on launching new games using pop culture and holiday themes to get light and lapsed players participating more often, according to a presentation of the operator's 2024 business plan. Kate Sharon, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
North Judson-based Cut Flower Farm Llewellyn Blooms is this year's winner of the Stark Tank Countywide Small Business Pitch Competition. The business will receive $10,000 and a one-year Stark County Chamber of Commerce membership. The company offers direct-to-consumer and florist fresh flowers, as well as a flower subscription and event and wedding arrangements. The owners plan to create a business website, build a greenhouse, and add more flowers, land, and staff, as well as an irrigation system that is expected to add an acre of tillable ground for a sunflower field to boost agritourism. Northwest Indiana Forum CEO Heather Ennis said the announcement by Pittsburgh-based U.S. Steel that it is exploring a potential sale was not a complete surprise. The steelmaker, which founded the city of Gary with its sprawling Gary Works operation, said last week that it rejected a $7.3 billion buyout offer from rival Cleveland Cliffs and will entertain other offers.
Private conversation between two private entities and business. So there's always speculation and always imagining what's going to come next from this. But with the opportunity of fully integrated steel that we have here in Northwest Indiana, those assets are still going to be critical to the economy. So we have high expectations that we will continue to be the producer of over 20% of the nation's steel.
Since the initial announcement, other players have come on the scene to potentially acquire U.S. Steel. Pittsburgh-based S-Mark, which is run by a former U.S. Steel executive, made an all-cash offer to buy the company for $7.8 billion. Marketing executive Travis Brown is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.